From dance breaks to awkward behind-the-scenes moments, these pageant clips took the internet by storm. Today, I'm explaining the stories behind the beauty queens who went viral after competing in Bangkok, Thailand. Hi everyone, it's Adiola. First, a contestant from Miss Grand Thailand 2026 broke into a hip-hop dance routine during the preliminary swimsuit competition, and her energy went viral across social media. On Instagram, it even became a meme, with everyone from plastic surgeons to college students recreating the trend. What many didn't realize was this moment wasn't organic at all. The choreography had been meticulously planned and practiced ahead of time. The virality launched her into TikTok stardom, landing her several brand deals from fashion retailer Aldo Shoes to coffee drink Nescafe, and that strategy wasn't a coincidence either. In 2022, she said, "I dreamt that one day I would be on the stage of a beauty pageant once in my life," as she performed as a backup dancer at the Miss Grand Bangkok opening show. In 2023, she competed in Miss Grand for the first time in her local province, but she didn't place. The following year, she competed again in another province, finishing as third runner-up, but she still remained mostly unknown. This year was different. She won the crown at Miss Grand Kalasine and advanced to compete at Miss Grand Thailand. Although she didn't place, she won a global audience instead.
เราก็เลยรู้สึกว่าโอเคเราไม่ได้คาดหวังมงอยู่แล้วเนาะแต่เราแค่จุดประสงค์ของการเข้ากองครั้งเนี้ยเราแค่คาดหวังว่าเราจะมีโปรไฟล์อย่างน้อยหรืออย่างมากที่สุดมันจะพลิกชีวิตเราอาจจะไม่มงหรอกแต่เราไม่เหมือนใครน่ะอย่างน้อยเรามีซีนแน่ๆแหละ
Miss Grand Kosovo also went viral for her diva energy at the Miss Grand International 2025 Welcome Gala dinner. Miss Grand Kosovo! During a photo op, Kosovo eyed Miss Grand China's elbow a few times before physically repositioning her arm so it wouldn't block the camera's view of her dress, followed by an awkward hug before moving her arm back up. Miss Grand Colombia pulled China to the side, giving Kosovo room to freely pose. While some viewers criticized Kosovo for being obnoxious and attention-seeking, others found her attitude bold and entertaining. Viewers noticed side eyes and whispering from the other contestants, with the final picture capturing the tension. Kosovo's charisma ended up going viral, with many dubbing her the diva of MGI. Fans even made TikTok edits of her to Beyonce's hit song Diva. But behind the viral moment was a much different story. Raised by a single mother in Kosovo, she saved money to move alone to Italy for college. She got a job working as a supermarket cashier to help support her family and pay for classes, eventually working her way up to manager. She also started freelance modeling and later enrolled in law school. Despite facing financial hardship and being a fifth-year law student, she fully self-funded her journey through Miss Grand International. She went on to star on the reality TV show Big Brother VIP in Albania. She now works as a television host on Top Arena, an Albanian talk show focused on the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Some viewers even compared her to Miss Grand France 2024, whose bold stage presence also made waves. Hailing from Normandy with Senegalese and Congolese roots, she watched Miss France growing up but never thought of joining herself. But after her friends saw the 2021 winner was from Normandy too, she said to Mademoiselle magazine that they told her, if she could do it, why wouldn't you? But still, she was skeptical as the winner was blonde with blue eyes while she wasn't. Her friends then told her, whether you like it or not, we're going to sign you up. So she agreed to show up to the casting. At the time, she was already working as a fashion model, so it wasn't a big deal. The audition process would last several days, with the women sleeping there overnight. In the photos her friends submitted, she had wavy hair, so when she showed up with a shaved head, the judges were shocked. When the official Miss France makeup artist saw her, he smiled with a look of satisfaction and wonder. Looking around the room of about 50 people, she counted only a handful of mixed-race contestants, and she was the only dark-skinned woman there. Convinced she didn't fit the mold, she assumed her journey would end before it even began. As far as she was concerned, there was no chance she could win.
T'es la seule noire dans Miss Normandie quand t'as essayé de concourir?
Il y avait des métis.
Oui.
Il y avait des métis, mais j'étais la seule vraiment dark skin.
After the first round of auditions, she called her mother and asked what was for dinner that night. Confused, her mother asked her if she was sick. The auditions were supposed to last several days, and the contestants were expected to stay overnight. She told her,
J'ai vu les filles, elles sont extraordinaires. Enfin, j'ai pas ma place ici.
But her mother told her she would make it and encouraged her to stay hopeful. When she heard her name called, she cried out of shock.
Il y a les métis qui viennent, qui me disent, on compte sur toi. Tous les gens me voyaient un peu comme, waouh, le profil jamais vu. J'étais la première femme noire au crâne rasé, déjà, à me présenter sur la scène de Miss France.
She competed in Miss Normandy twice, finishing as second runner-up and later first runner-up. But the crown always remained just out of reach. She announced she was giving up on the pageant world as she didn't feel she belonged there. Many fans protested the decision, but she took the hiatus anyway. She got requests from women saying they wanted to walk like her, so she became a catwalk coach and started teaching a master class. Her goal was not only to train, but to also focus on developing self-love, as she realized how important it is for mental health. In 2023, the Miss Grand France organization contacted her 3 times, asking her to compete. She initially refused. Unlike many contestants, she had never had plastic surgery, and she worried she couldn't measure up in a competition where cosmetic work was widely accepted. But in 2024, she took up the offer and won first place. Miss France, Nawat! She went on to compete at Miss Grand International in Thailand. During an interview before the preliminary competition, MGI President Nawat told her he wanted to see her wearing a wig in the upcoming shows.
I will tell you about hairstylist, one of the most important to change your life. Okay, please concern about it. Because someone is fit for this kind of hair or other kind. Yes, okay.
Can I say something?
No, not for you.
No, just to say that as a shaved woman, I'm thinking about business for sure. And sometimes I put some wigs just because of my sponsor or partners.
I hope to see you put wig some show in the future soon.
But for sure. it's like for sure.
The problem was she didn't have a new wig to wear. Luckily, her mom had just landed in Bangkok, so she asked her to find one, preferably with bangs that could cover her forehead. Her mother found one just in time, bringing it to her hotel the next morning. Paired with El Salvador for the swimsuit walk, she planned to have her rip the wig off her head. But during rehearsals, Nawat said it would look like a fight. So instead, she decided to remove the wig herself and hand it to Miss Grand El Salvador. Not just as a stunt, but as a visual rejection of society's beauty standards. The iconic move ended up going viral. Throughout the competition, her infectious personality, combined with standout looks by French designer Boutamtam, helped cement her as a fan favorite. In the past, France had never advanced beyond the top 20 at Miss Grand International. But that year, she became the first French woman to reach the top 5, finishing as 3rd runner-up. But there was a deeper story behind the bald beauty. Since she was 11, she had lived with cysts and nodules growing on her thyroid. Her doctor didn't operate because the surgery could affect her growth. At 19, a biopsy revealed one of the nodules had become cancerous, so they decided to remove her entire thyroid in order to prevent the cancer from spreading. It was during this traumatic period that she decided to shave her head and began redefining who she was. Now, the scar on her neck marks this pivotal moment in her life where she started to rediscover herself. Through her academy, SAF Impact, she continues to empower women by teaching self-confidence and inspires others to find themselves by simply being themselves. Speaking of confidence, whatever happened to Miss Grand India Rachel Gupta after she exposed MGI for mistreatment and walked away from the crown? Rachel's luxury gowns, designed and handcrafted in Vietnam, captivated audiences around the world as she went viral for becoming the first Indian woman crowned as Miss Grand International. Since resigning, Rachel walked the red carpet at a Bollywood movie screening at Cannes Film Festival in France. She also attended the premiere of Neglected in Los Angeles, California, where she recently moved to pursue acting and entrepreneurship.
You pretend to be confident, but you're actually nervous about everything.
Okay, that's rude.
You love making people laugh, but only because the sound of silence makes you so uncomfortable.
Oh, and okay,
And
and
you think that nobody notices how kind you are.
Out of all of these viral moments, which one was your favorite? Subscribe and let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.